Hi, my name's Carlee Waschek, and today I'll be sharing with you my idea project. For this idea project, I did the 2019 TAD Talks event. TAD Talks is an event held every year at BSU by the Technology, Art, and Design students. Industry professionals around the U.S. come together to speak to and inspire us young designers about their company, and to seek meaning in technology, art, design, creativity, innovation, and the entire process of life. TAD Talks is directed towards TAD students and also BSU students. The event is also open to the community to listen and get inspired by the brilliant speakers. I chose TAD Talks for my idea project because I knew it was the biggest event of the year in our program, and I was determined to take on that challenge. I heard that the theme this year was going to be Defying Gravity, but since we did a space design last year, I didn't want to see another space theme. So I thought of how I could take that theme, Defying Gravity, and make that into something more. I started word mapping and I came up with illusions. Illusions are kind of like defying gravity, and they make people look twice. So for my mission, I started out with a brand identity that went along with the theme, a stage modeled out and designed in real life, everything with cohesive graphics that brings the space together. The main thing was to create the next big 2019 TAD Talks experience, and the challenge? To make people feel alive. What makes people feel alive? Well, I feel alive when I don't fully understand a situation or I don't know what to expect, kind of like an illusion. You don't know if you're looking at the object the right way or not. It messes with your mind, and you are forced to change your perspective. That's why I decided to theme this whole experience around changing your perspective. Us designers that come to the event will be able to change their perspective by listening to the industry professional speakers, relating how they design through how we design. If you aren't a designer at the TAD Talk event, you can also take the speaker's inspiration and relate it into your own overall life. The vision of this year's event consists of a wow factor. I want to wow people with the overall experience, and the graphics will be cohesive with that mindset. This event will have a sensation of brightness, vividness, and excitement. I want the experience to be extraordinary and memorable. I think this image represents all of these things quite a bit. This was one of the engagements at the event, a 12-foot beach ball. We also had juggler Charles Peacock from America's Got Talent, which also made the experience have that wow factor and excitement. To go along with the theme and the vision, this was the main logo graphic I created for the event. All of the letters are a different looking version of each other, but I think they mesh well together and create one solid logo. These were the colors I used on the right side. I chose these because of the feelings leading back to being vivid and bright. They are also inspired by the artist I took most of my inspiration from, that I will talk about in the next couple slides. Also, the primary font I used is called Mont Heavy, used for main titles, and the secondary font is called Fieldwork, used for subtitles and small text put in the program. Here are 3 images that I pulled out to explain somewhat of my inspiration. The next image I have shown explains that with the graphics and stage design, I want almost a sense of a neon light. That's how much I want this stage to stand out. The other 2 are going back to the illusional concept and incorporating different illusions throughout the design. Getting into my design style, I was mainly inspired by an artist named Akash Nihalani. He's known as a 3D geometric street artist and creates engaging content throughout New York City with his art. I used mostly sharp, clean lines throughout my designs with straight lines and shapes. The designs are very minimal because I want the concept of changing your perspectives to stand out the most. I also want the speakers to stand out, not just the design. Bright, bold colors add the excitement and bright feelings. Illusional design elements go together to form the theme, Change Your Perspective. Okay, so there are 2 main takeaways from this project, the graphics and the stage design. So let's get into the graphical part first. The first things I created to kick off this event were 2 posters. The first is the main event poster that introduces people to the actual TAD Talks event and gives out the basic time information that people should be aware of. The second poster is the speaker poster. This one is a little bigger than the first, and it shows who will be speaking at the event and where they are from to show how far they are coming just to speak to us here at Bemidji State. Both of these posters were presented all throughout the campus before the event. The next piece that had to get started was the main printed element, the program, that people will receive when they come to the event. I spent so much time tweaking and adding to the program, so this one was always a work in progress. Here are two-page spreads from the program itself. This is the welcome page and the speaker lineup that shows who will be presenting next. And then the other 2 pages show how the speakers' bios and talks would be laid out. I got these printed right here in Bemidji at Aero Printing with a total of 20 pages and a saddle stitched binding. I thought it would be fun to create a quick postcard to hand out to people in the community to really get the word out. The front has the basic TAD Talks information about the event with the logo big and bold, and the back side has the speaker lineup to inform people who the speakers are going to be and what topic they'll be speaking about. These next couple slides are digital pieces I created, the first being a digital sign to present around the monitors around campus, which I mocked up. The next is the digital marquee that's found outside on a digital billboard at the college and would be seen from the main strip where people would be driving by. These next ones would be shown right on the home screen of the BSU website. There are 2 sizes of these depending on what other information is on the home site and how the elements would fit together. After I got all the digital signage produced and set up, the next step was the photo wall. This was a very time-consuming process, and let me tell you, I think I'm becoming a pro at applying vinyl. This was an 8x8 foot photo wall held at the event for people to get a picture and remember 2019 TAD Talks. I actually applied these graphics on 2 different pieces of foam core so they would fold nicely in the middle for easier assembly and carrying from place to place before and after the event. Next, I had a really fun time creating these sandwich board wayfinding signs that were printed out separately without the arrow, so we would have a decision on where to place the arrow. We printed these on poster paper and laminated them, keeping in mind the terrible weather we were supposed to have the day of TAD Talks. That never happened. Now let's get into the second part of the deliverables, the stage design. Here are 2 top view dimensions of the stage, the first being the entrance before the stage, where I planned on having graphics on the walls leading into the stage. This was the first step of the process, finding dimensions, so I could have a clear idea of how everything would look and function in the space. Next up, I sketched up a bunch of different thumbnails on how the actual front of the stage would look from the audience perspective. I knew I wanted to do something that was bigger and really wowed the audience. That's why I chose to incorporate giant cubes, giving the illusion of cubes to come in and out of the walls and floor. I went into the software and played around with the cubes, placing them in there to get the right perspective. The first version I noticed wouldn't work because I had to keep in mind the screen, which is shown in the second version. These renders are a little off from the actual stage, but I just wanted to get the idea and get a sense of how the stage would look with the cubes. After figuring out all the different lengths of the cubes in the software, we started constructing them in real life out of foam core, and then Cece purchased paint that matched the closest to the branding colors, and we all painted them. After a whole day and night of constructing the cubes and drilling them together, thanks to a bunch of people that helped my vision come together, we finally got the whole stage set up and ready for the show. These couple slides just show the final result of the stage design. In the meantime, a couple other girls and I created these awesome wall illusions that were meant to engage people by taking pictures, making it look like they were in control of the graphics. I want to thank everyone who helped me with this big event. If you're listening, you helped me make my vision come to life, and I got so many compliments on how everyone enjoyed the show and said it was the best TAD Talks to date. This was the largest design project I've ever created, and I think it turned out awesome. So with that, I want to thank you for listening to my idea project. I had such a fun time throughout the process, from creating digital signs to building a stage set. This project has really inspired me to give it my all and showed me that designs on paper can actually come to life. Thank you.